What's up, jammies? Welcome back to another episode of Ricky's Ram Jam presented by Barefoot Wine, which, speaking of, I'm a little tired looking because I was up late celebrating with some Barefoot Wine. But jammies, let's take a look. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening on to the audio version, make sure you go check it out. Look at this studio. This is the first Ricky's Ram Jam in studio. We've got an audience. There's producer Adam back there, Rudy, another producer who I was told I wasn't allowed to say his name. It's his birthday today, so this is really, really special of a day. So super excited, and an empty chair is next to me, and I'll get into who's joining me in a little bit. But let's go. So the Rams defeated the Panthers 24-10. What was that meme? Like, they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. So it was a little stressful, but then it wasn't. The offense really got going. The defense took total control of the game, not allowing a touchdown, and the offense had some explosive plays, including Ben Skoronek's first career touchdown. So it's a short show this week as the Rams head into the bye, but we'll go over the NFC West standings, answer a fan question, and then JB Long, the voice of the Rams, is joining me on Ricky's Ram Jam. What a special episode I got. You guys, this is so fun because we're going to do a bye-week boot camp. Like, Adam, maybe you could add like thunder, lightning, stuff like that. Like just a bye-week boot camp. We're gonna. No promises. So we'll blow it out for this show. Okay, so the NFC West standings after week 6, the Rams defeated the Panthers and moved to 3-3 heading into the bye. We needed that. So woohoo! Niners were doubled up by the Falcons 28-14. San Fran also now 3-3. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals 19-9. Seattle, the third 3-3 team, and the loss moves Arizona to 2-4. So things are looking up for the division for the Rams specifically. That was a great win against the Panthers, and the bye week is coming at the perfect time. Okay, so fan question of the week. Reminder, if you're not sending in emails, what are you doing? Just send them in to Ricky's Ram Jam at rams.nfl.com. I always have to squint and try to remember what that is because it's kind of a mouthful. So just hit pause, just go to your little email, whatever email server you like to use. I won't judge. I'm not going to read that out loud. Just send an email. Like, let's chat. Let's see what's going on, and I'll try to get through. So this one is from Jessica Malares from Highland Park, California. Hey, Ricky, haven't been able to get to SoFi Stadium yet. What's the vibe there, especially during a win? So the vibe at SoFi is so much fun, and I'm such a nerd. When they do the intros, I still get chills with all the flares coming out and people running. There is nothing like being in, a game day experience, and especially with the Rams, I love how they do it. The Code of Conduct video, I don't know if you've seen it or heard about it, pretty funny. So that's worth going to SoFi alone for, which is awesome. But no, when the stadium's rocking, the fans are awesome. There is no better place to be on Sunday than SoFi. So Jessica, I think you got to get there, and you got to get there ASAP because it is the place to be. It is happening, as they say. All right. As you know, jammies, we love football and we love our sponsor, Barefoot Wine. And in the studio, I feel like we need like a 10-foot tall wine glass. So Barefoot, send that over because we got to fill that up. Maybe I could do a podcast from inside a wine glass filled with wine. That sounds amazing. But wine and football aren't that different. Sure, they can be complex, but enjoying them should be easy. And both are easier to enjoy with friends. You know him as the voice of the Rams, the man who is the Rams media true north, podcast host, play-by-play star. The list goes on and on. JB, long. The list is long. How are you?
Following on the heels of Mark with a C. Sessler, this is really a bye-week come-down for your guest list. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We had to do something. The show has to go on. No, I'm so happy to have you here. And in the first studio episode.
Is that right?
This is it. Yeah, we've been doing it from the home studio, which has been super fun too, but in person, in flesh, because that's what people say these days.
That would have been weird if I had to come over to your living room to record this.
Right?
So I could see why the studio was necessary to get through this.
Definitely. So how are you? How are you feeling after last night?
So good.
I mean,
do we need that or what?
Yeah, we did.
Felt good for a lot of people inside and outside this facility. Felt good for the fan base, and I think it gives the Rams a great opportunity to regroup and to reload for what should be an amazing second half of the season.
Definitely. And your tweet resonated with me. It was during the half, and you were like, whatever you need to do, just get it done.
You were the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I aim for one good
tweet, that like person to like connect with it.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure. No, I really did like that. I was like, you know what, that's right. Like, and I think that probably McVay put that up, you know, on the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I heard that Jalen Ramsey gave like an inspired halftime speech, but they have a lot of like multimedia in the Rams locker room, and they probably just have like TweetDeck running, I think.
Right, and so your tweet was just probably up there, right?
Fuel for their fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were always the one asking the questions, JB.
I like it better that way.
No, yes. I know you do. So now you're in the Ricky's Ram Jam hot seat, okay?
Okay.
I want to know more about you and what got you to the voice of the Rams. Like, how did you get here? How did you get, not like what streets did you take in LA to get here today? How did you become?
It was the middle of the night on March 9th, 1983, and my parents were watching MASH.
Yeah.
And I burst onto the scene.
There you go.
Where should we go next?
Okay, so what got you into sports? Why were you like, I'm just going to be like a badass play-by-play guy for the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl champions?
Yeah, I actually kind of got kicked out of investment banking, more or less. Was told that I wasn't cut out for it, and I'm not saying they were wrong. I'm very appreciative for that reality check at the end of my kind of college tenure when I thought that I was on a business track, and they saw my resume was leading me in another direction. It was probably away from them. And it started out on a path of local television and eventually a chance to come home to California. And when the Rams did the same, we were able to reunite in 2016. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So do you practice play-by-play? Or how do you just get good by doing it?
Outside of the shower?
Yeah.
No, not really. I don't have any formal training. You probably knew that. Nice catch.
Thank you.
If you've listened to me. I just have a love for sports, have always been around it, have always enjoyed great broadcasters, and am, I guess, proficient at borrowing from them, stealing from them, some might say, like a good football play caller. And I just am an adrenaline rush junkie, and I'm not like an extreme sports guy. I don't really get my fix in that way. It's being as close to the action as I can. And since I definitely couldn't play and would have made for an even worse coach, broadcaster is where we landed, and hopefully it's where we can stay.
Well, I'm happy you're here, and I love it. For people that are listening, make sure you go and check out the YouTube video of this too, because JB's the voice of the Rams, but you've also got a face for radio too.
Yeah, you are the face of the Rams. We know, Erica. We've made this joke like 14 times.
Oh, I love it.
They even font you as such. I haven't seen the post-production of this podcast, but I'm pretty sure
it'll say
you're going to put face of
the Rams, voice of the Rams over there.
Yes,
over there.
Thank you.
So
there's a reason why all TV is national in the National Football League.
Oh, I love you. I'm going to destroy him after this. Watch it. It's going to be bad. So let's talk about the process of writing the game trailers, the week previews, the game trailers that go out for social media. For those that don't know, you're kind of coming up with the theme of those, correct?
I thought you were.
No, you're going to put that on me. No, they're so good.
Well, that's why the win over the Carolina Panthers was so important. Because otherwise it was going to take me all of 2 weeks to figure out what in the world
write.
I was going to say before October the 30th against the San Francisco 49ers. No, look, nothing that we do is serious, right? But I do take the role seriously to the extent that I am a voice for this team, not the voice of this team. I want to capture the sentiment that is going on with the Los Angeles Rams at any given moment in time. That could be a play on a Sunday. It could be a week where they're trying to figure out who they are and what this game means. And so that was just a fun concept that we borrowed from someone else, I'm sure, and came up with several years ago. And some weeks the audience needs hype. Other weeks, like the one that's coming after the bye, the game and the consequences speak for themselves. But last year in particular was a pretty magical run, and I cannot thank those who contribute to that process, and there are many, many of them,
of course,
for making sure that we're hopefully tapping into the right sentiment and then doing all the amazing bells and whistles that I could never do in terms of the production, the sound, the editing. Philip and Yusuf and so many others do a great job.
Yeah, we have such a great team over here. It's just my favorite part of the week, honestly. Even when you said when it's coming from a down week or something like that, the trailers, and I know the fans love them too. Like they explode off social media, and it's just such a great feeling of, even when you are feeling like an underdog or feeling like things aren't going your way, I think you guys just do such a phenomenal job.
Well, after they've digested the weekly Ricky's Ram Jam, there's kind of a lapse. There's like this
Right.
24-hour period where it's like, how are we going to get to Sunday? And we
Right.
just try and drop right in there with like 60 seconds of hype.
Yes, you said, you see, I mean, I'm not saying it. You're the one that's saying it. I'm not plugging my own stuff. You're just doing it for me.
What do you think the Jammies would say about like a cameo trailer from Ricky Hollywood?
Ooh.
Like just out of nowhere, boom, you're going to Tampa Bay and like you just talk some Tom Brady smack and lay down the script.
I would love that. I think that actually, I was talking about it yesterday at the game with my good friend Emma, who I do a lot of sketches with. She actually came to the game yesterday, and
Thanks
I was
for
talking.
introducing me.
Yeah. Oh, you were up in. You were
been wanting to meet her for a long time.
You're super busy. But we were talking about some sketch ideas that just, we kind of come up with funny stuff. And you know how like Bobby Wagner or Jalen Ramsey would be like, I need you to get loud. Just stuff like that, where it would be hilarious if I was up there being like, I can't hear you.
On the infinity screen?
Yeah, just like during the games and like funny moments like that. And there was also one that I was thinking about doing my own trailer too, that like would rival yours, but it would not be almost related. Like it would be completely different than sports almost.
So you won't be offended when I launch JB's Ram Jam and just put it in there on the Wednesday programming schedule.
I would
and try
love
and
that.
beat you the punch.
I feel like, because that's honestly, listen, Ricky's Ram Jam, we love to support smaller creators, and we have a huge, brand. So if you want to put the Ram Jam brand next to you, we are more than right, Adam. We've got plenty.
Lifting others up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do here. Do you have a favorite part of your job, like a favorite piece of content or show that you do?
I mean, I think it's pretty special to be able to do the Sean McVay show on Mondays. You know how highly I think of him, and just to be that close to expertise and greatness and to recap wins and losses and get insight into a product that I care so much about, the Los Angeles Rams, is one of, I think, my highest privileges.
Yeah, I'm. That's actually probably on my highest list of like. I have like a jealousy board. It's sort of like that meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where he's trying to connect everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's me trying to connect like what makes me the happiest at the Rams and also the most upset. And that is the top of the board that I'm not on that show with you. So I am very jealous, but it is a really great product. But just know that it is circled on the top of my list at home.
All right. Well, maybe when I need a bye week on the Coach McVay show.
Yeah,
there's
right.
Erica.
I just want to know how much protein he eats in a day. He's so buff. I want to know his calorie intake. Why haven't you asked him that?
If you want to write down a few questions, I can submit them on tonight's
Like, that's
show.
just like a nutrition question. It's not like a weird
That's
question.
funny. I was going to ask, like, what would you want to ask Sean McVay if given that opportunity?
Yeah, it would be that.
And you already have the answer locked and loaded.
It would be that. Okay, so the Week 6 win over the Panthers was promising, obviously. So we go 3-3 into the bye. And I thought it's perfect that you're here with me because I'm a rookie, right? So this is my first bye week. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to handle this week. I haven't really had a lot of guidance as to, here we are just in a bye week. And so you're here, and I thought that we would do the first annual bye week boot camp.
That's where the sound effects
Yeah,
come
it's
in.
going to be really cool.
Yeah. That was a great monologue you did, by the way. One take.
Thank you.
I was impressed.
Thank you.
Thought I was going to be here for a while.
No, of course not. I'm a professional. So, okay, I wanted to give you, before we go into this, my do's and don'ts of bye week. This is what I was like writing down last night, and I want to make sure that I'm on the right track.
Okay.
So you tell me if I'm in the right, area, okay? Here are my do's and don'ts. Do, rest up, sleep 12 plus hours a day because the Rams need me at my best.
I've seen your video. I think you already get 12 plus hours per day.
Definitely, always. Okay.
That's a do.
Don't send McVay a bunch of texts asking him to read my script where the whole Rams team gets sent back in time to fight crime in a Western.
You have Sean's cell phone number?
Maybe. But I shouldn't do that, you're saying?
I mean, I would lead with the protein.
Yep.
And then if he responds,
Then
follow up with that.
Okay, so that's a don't. Do. Pick a new hobby like hiking Runyon Canyon with influencers, trying to skip across every Hollywood star on Hollywood Boulevard, and take the perfect selfie. Like really kind of lean into like
Think
what...
you fit all that into one weekend?
Yeah, like just LA, this is what I need to do in my time off.
Question: how much bye-week time off are you getting? And is it more than the rest of us get?
Wait, did I get fired? I thought I had 2 months.
PTO? You just started.
I know. Is this the end? Is this the last Ricky's Ram Jam ever? Okay, don't forget that football exists and move out of the country to restart.
Sound advice.
Okay, cool.
There are no international games this week, are there?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, so this would be
Germany's in 2 weeks, isn't it? So, yeah, okay, so that's a don't. Do keep making Rams content so the Rams fans don't go crazy bored without us.
Yeah, we need to help them get through the
right.
bye week.
That's why they lean on us.
While they watch Kansas City, San Francisco, and Seahawks, Chargers, I think, and root for other good results in the NFC West.
Right, absolutely. And then the last don't, show up to the office. Or should I show up to the office?
I mean, a little FaceTime couldn't hurt.
But what? So is
just
the bye week?
Just because there's no game this week doesn't mean there aren't responsibilities.
See, I'm so glad we're having this conversation because
I mean,
wasn't sure how to handle it.
I wouldn't put it above like your canyon hiking priority, but
okay, but just like once in a while, pop in, say hey.
Like when you need lunch catered or something like that.
Then
maybe
just come
show up at
in
11:30 and dip out at 1.
Okay. All right, I want to make sure you're feeling really good ahead of the bye week, and I wanted to give you just like a couple of calls to read just to make sure you're staying in practice. I know you said you only practice in the shower, but I want to give you a couple calls, if that's okay.
I should have known that like 3-question email you sent me, like, this is what we're going to be doing on the show, was not all-encompassing.
Of course not.
Why did I not know that you were withholding?
What would you expect? You think I'm just going to give you all my tricks? Okay, so I don't want you to become rusty. Not that you ever would, but like you're going to take a whole bye week off.
Yeah.
So I only have 2 calls that I just need you to read in your JB long voice.
Yeah. Okay. Meantime, I have another due for you on your bye week.
Uh-oh.
And that is come over and babysit my kids so that my wife and I can get a date night. This is dense. What am I looking at
just
here?
At the bottom there, there's 1 and 2.
There's
and these,
1 and 2.
I need your best JB long.
Yep.
You're in the booth. The atmosphere is crazy. There are screaming fans trying to get into the radio booth because they just want to see you and MJD.
Is this against the Niners? Are we anticipating this?
Yep.
All right. So it's the day before Halloween.
Yep.
Tie game. Rams have the football. Matthew Stafford scrambles out of the pocket. Oh, a huge block from Cooper Kupp. Kupp's blocking? No, he's not like...
Nope.
I don't think we should send him out on a pattern.
Someone.
Okay. Stafford racing towards his sideline. Stafford doesn't race. Come on, Stafford. Jumps over a defender. Now I know this is not realistic. All right, from the top. Stafford scrambles out of the pocket. Huge block from Kupp. Racing towards the sideline. Hurdling a defender. He does a backflip.
Whoa.
And keeps running. Tosses the ball off his back foot. That would be an illegal forward pass. It seems like he's past the line of scrimmage at this point. Soars towards the end zone. It's Tyler Higbee. Higbee scores his first touchdown of 2022. Touchdown, L.A.
That was the touchdown, L.A. You will always give it better than that.
Nah, I mean, I need my crowd surge behind it.
Okay. All right, take the next one. This next call is going to be even more.
All right. Ricky Hollywood jumps out of bed. She races toward the hallway to the kitchen. She rips the Nespresso machine open and gracefully throws a pot in there. She does a juke move while she waits for the cappuccino to pour. She picks up the mug, sprints to the couch, catches the remote. The TV is on. The coffee is hot. Touchdown, LA.
Oh, that was amazing.
I wanted to save the A grade one for you.
Oh my God.
I get
Give me
plenty
my
of
paper.
Higbee
You can't
and
look at my
Stafford.
tricks.
Oh yeah, let's see what's on page 2 here. Wait, how long is this episode?
Yeah, it's going to be 6 hours. We're live streaming, actually. Okay, so that was probably the best call you've ever done. So I feel confident now. Rams fans, if you were nervous that JB might get like a little rusty after a week off, like he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll try and be sharp. That's a big game coming back on the other side.
Absolutely.
The 49ers.
Absolutely.
That matters greatly.
Okay, Ram Jam. To close each show, I asked my guests the same 3 questions. Which Rams moment is your favorite of all time?
And how easy has this question been to answer for some of your previous guests? Because it's a difficult one for me to unwind.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think some people think sort of just like a moment or what got their kids a fan or what they loved, about it. For me, I always go back to experiences. So, like, there's been really special experiences as a Rams fan that I've got to experience.
Right.
And, like, that's the stuff that I remember, not
Like
necessarily.
when you crashed the ring ceremony with a ring pop?
Yeah, like, stuff like that. Like, just, fun.
Yeah, way to make a first impression. That was strong. See, I was thinking more along the lines of, like, game moments.
Right.
Is that fair, or is
No, that's totally fair.
All right. And there'll be some recency bias here because I've been with the Rams since they've returned to Los Angeles. I know a lot of your audience has much deeper roots than that, and so I hope they'll excuse me for kind of narrowing my list. Here's what I came up with. Todd Gurley in Seattle in 2017, running all over the Seahawks and kind of bringing that dynasty, if you will, that run of success in the West to a conclusion and
No
kind of
pun
taking
intended.
the torch from the Seahawks. That was a big one. That was
Yeah.
a big one. They didn't clinch the division that day for the first time under Sean McVay, but for all intents and purposes, they did.
Right.
And then 2018 was loaded with them. I mean, you could do a whole show just reliving that 2018 season. Hard to beat the greatest Monday Night Football game in NFL history.
I was there.
I remember you being there.
Yeah. So fun.
Yeah, that was tremendous, and all of the other things going on in our community that made that win all the richer. Jared Goff's perfect game against the Vikings that year too was spectacular, but the NFC Championship game on our third trip to New Orleans that year, preseason loss, regular season loss, postseason win. I forget what happened after that game, but it was a great NFC Championship.
Either, yeah, it's great.
But ultimately, I think the best sporting experience I've ever been a part of was last year's NFC Championship game at SoFi Stadium, and Aaron Donald getting to Garoppolo and Traven Howard's clinching interception was, I think, my highest moments as a member of the organization, as a broadcaster, as a sports fan. Like, I wish that I actually wore one of those devices that monitors your bodily
heart,
systems to have had record of what was going on inside and outside of all of us at that time. And of course, I am just putting that out there as a segue towards the next time we'll see the Rams. Same building, same opponent.
Same
result.
vibe.
Yeah.
I love that. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I mean, I don't think I would want to go on living if I could only eat one food for the rest of my life. You know how much of a foodie I am.
Right.
But I wondered if you had ever been to Milk Bar in Los Angeles. And the reason I selected this is because I am not a sweets person. I don't even like chocolate.
Ooh.
So I always skew...
Get out.
No, there's more for you.
Door.
More for you.
No, but, like, come on. Who doesn't
It's
like
weird.
chocolate?
Yeah.
Red flag, Rams fans. Red flag.
I have a lot of skeletons in my closet, and that is one of them. But they have these birthday cake truffles.
Of course I know exactly what you're talking about.
Amazing, right?
Yes.
Addicting. But I'm not a sweets person. I don't like cake. I don't like chocolate. And apparently they actually have a little bit of white chocolate on them. So it's not for me at all, except for you give me a dozen and I am taking down the entire dozen.
Oh, I love that.
So
I love that. Okay.
The exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, I
and
love
if you
that.
haven't been to Milk Bar in Los Angeles,
You need to check it out ASAP.
I would like them to be my sponsor on JB's Ram Jam.
Oh my God, I love that. We should have brought Milk Bar for that unnamed producer that has their birthday today. That I'm not allowed to talk about their birthday, but I am talking about their birthday because they're very special.
Rhymes with Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey or like Maury.
Not much rhymes with this.
Yeah, that is
person's
kind
name.
of tricky. Well, anyways, we should have brought him some Milk Bar for sure. Okay, so last one. What would you do if you could not fail and fear was not a factor?
So I don't mean to go like deep.
No, go deep.
With this answer.
You
but
already told everyone you don't like
when
chocolate.
I
Like,
saw
you can't get more embarrassing.
When I saw this hit my email, I was actually like, I feel like I already do that. Like, I am not a broadcaster by nature. I'm more introverted than extroverted by nature. And I feel like what I would do is try to be the voice of a professional football team and try and be a broadcaster for a living.
Wow.
Because that is so far outside my comfort zone. And I have to, I think, brace myself for that in many different ways every game and every week, because I guess my greater fear would be having to get a real job and go do an actual profession to support my family. But The other kind of smart aleck answer that I had that came to mind was, speaking of memes, like, Jon Snow's Last Stand.
Yeah.
It's kind of him against the world or the North or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I would want to take that stance in a real virtual comment section.
Wow.
And so I would want to go in there brandishing my sword.
Yes.
And anyone who wants to say anything about Ricky's Patriot loyalties or how annoying JB's voice is,
I
or
love your
whatever it
voice.
is, like, let's just step in there
and just swing
and just go for broke.
Oh my God, I love that. I used to get really defensive in comments, and I would drag people because Mina Kimes does it perfectly. Every time she decides to she picks and chooses when she wants to just destroy someone, and every time she hits, and I'm like, I'm not that good. So
Well, I mean, Mina Kimes is kind of perfect, so
she's
it's
perfect
annoying
in every
that
way.
but
It's really frustrating. I love her so much. Okay, the easy to enjoy question of the week. Barefoot's easy to enjoy. Questions are easy to enjoy when you're on the hot seat.
How many bonus questions do you get on this
I
show?
keep saying one more question. Okay.
Is this your way of sticking around for the Sean McVay show?
Yeah,
Or you're
I'm
if
just
I don't
killing
give up
time, and I'm
this
just
space,
someone's gonna be walking in here
sooner or
any
later,
minute.
yeah.
I'm just gonna stage a hold in. Who would be the best in the radio booth with you on the current roster? Could
there
be fun.
are thankfully
could be...
so many great options. Wouldn't you love to hear Jalen Ramsey break down an entire football game in real time? I'm actually staying in the secondary. I think Nick Scott would be my answer.
He's so fun.
He's a wonderful personality. He's incredibly insightful and articulate. I think he's got a good view of the game. What do you think? Is that a good pick?
I like Nick Scott. I like Nick Scott a lot. He's really great.
Yeah.
He's
Plus,
really
he's coming off a game-clinching interception.
Right.
Speaking of memes, what's the what was it, the Dos Equis guy?
Yeah.
I don't always, but
when I do,
Nick Scott.
Nick Scott's in the...
I don't always intercept passes, but when I do, I prefer to clinch games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Scott's great. Yeah, I would like to hear I think Stafford too, if he wasn't playing.
Do quarterbacks make good football analysts though? Are we sure about that one?
Have you heard of Tony Romo?
Yeah, that was facetious by me. I was trying to
JB,
avoid the obvious.
JB's got jokes.
Oh yeah, I would love Matthew Stafford to be my.
I would
game
love
analyst.
Matthew Stafford. You know what? Actually, Raheem Morris I think would be really great too.
Raheem would be something else. The only problem with Raheem is I would never get to talk.
Right.
It'd be kind of hard. People would be driving in their car what is the score? What quarter are we in?
Yeah.
Because Raheem would just be breaking it all down, and I would never get a chance to jump in there.
I love that.
I'm too selfish for that.
Well, JB, that was my actual last question. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Look out, comment section. I'm coming. I see you. I see you in the comments section.
Oh my God, he looked dead into the camera. We mean business here on Ricky's Ram Jam. JB?
You will be unfriended, unramelied if I hear any foul words about this episode of Ricky's Ram Jam.
We're going to see thousands of positive comments. Thousands.
I'm begging for it, aren't we? Yeah. Sorry about that.
Awesome.
I'll be your heat shield.
I love it. JB, woohoo, thank you.
Bye week, babysitting my kids.
Book it. All right, you guys, that does it for this week's Ricky's Ram Jam presented by Barefoot Wine. You know the drill. Listen on Apple or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If you're listening right now, go back and restart it from the beginning, because what else are you going to do? It's the bye week. I think that you all should be listening to all Ricky's Ram Jam over and over again. I guess you can check out JB's other stuff like Rams Revealed or Between the Horns, which I'm also on, so you can definitely check that one out. The Coach McVay show, there's tons of content still coming out, even though it's the bye week. The kids show, have you checked that one out? Oh, wait, I'm on that one too. Am I on too much stuff? I don't know. Say it in the comments, but say it positively. I'll see you next time, next week. There's no bye week for Ricky's Ram Jam, you guys. Never, ever. I'll see you then. Let's ram it.